Kenyans are still expressing different opinions concerning the marriage between William Samoei Ruto and Raila Odinga. This has really earned Raila some unpalatable names. Some call Raila now is a con man. Some are saying he's a traitor, while his staunch supporters believe that this is the best thing that Raila did ever since he started his politics. And they're saying it will go down in the history as a lesson to those who, when presented with an opportunity to elect their leaders based on principles, based on policies, they cast their vote to punish others. Now, that occasion was presented as a presidential event, and very many leaders were invited, but there were two leaders who were conspicuously missing, and that is the Prime Cabinet Secretary Mudavadi and Moses Wetangula, who is the Speaker of the National Assembly. Now, sources are revealing that one person who was at the center of organizing this event and who to come and who is not was Farouk Kibet, who was working very closely with the presidential aides and State House controller. And it is said that is the one who left out these two leaders. He actually blocked them from attending this meeting. And I want us to discuss that, but before we do that, allow me to introduce to you this young lady. Her name is Hope, and she's saying that we are her last hope. She's about to drop out from college because of financial constraints, and she's actually shedding tears, pleading that if God would touch your heart, please come and help her.
Hello. My name is Ruto-Raila, a student at KMTC Thika campus, in my second year taking a diploma in nursing. I'm here to ask for your help to help me raise my fee for this semester. Wazazi wangu hawajaweza kupata pesa ya kulipa fee kwa sababu walipoteza kazi. Nilijoin nursing, nilijoin KMTC 2023 September, na hiyo semester ya kwanza ilikuwa tu sawa kwa sababu wazazi walikuwa wanaweza kupata pesa ya kukidhi mahitaji yangu, kulipa fee nini. Ingawa kulikuwa na mashida kiasi, lakini waliweza kunisaidia. Lakini nilipokuwa naingia semester ya pili, wazazi walipoteza kazi, na hapo ndio shida ya kulipa fee ikaanza. Na kwa tangu hiyo muda nimekuwa na shida ya kulipa fee, shida ya kupata pesa ya kukidhi mahitaji yangu ya kila siku, chakula, shopping, na imekuwa shida kubwa sana kwa sababu wakati mwingine nilikuwa nalipa fee one day to exam kwa sababu kwa rules za shule wamesema huwezi ukafanya mtihani kama hujalipa school fees yako yote, na ni mtihani na pia assessment za rotation. Na wakati mwingine tunapelekwa rotation za nje ya Thika, na hiyo pia inahitaji expenses zingine kwa sababu unafaa kulipia nyumba, maji na stima na chakula huko nje. Na tumefungua tarehe 3 mwezi March, na sijaweza kulipa fee, na kwa juu ya hiyo nimekosa hostel za shule. Kwa hivyo ilibidi nichukue nyumba nje na rafiki yangu ambaye tuna share cost kila kitu. Semester ni 6 months na tunalipa 4K each month for 6 months nyumba sasa. Na sina shopping, ningeomba pia mnisaidie pia niweze hata kupata hela za kufanya shopping na kufanya mahitaji yangu ya kila siku hapa na pale. Kwa sababu kwa sasa imekuwa ngumu kufanya hivyo kwa sababu wazazi wangu hawajapata pesa ya kukimu mahitaji yangu. Ningeomba mnisaidie kwa njia yote ile mnaweza, ile Mungu atawaguza, vile jinsi ambavyo Mungu atawaguza. Nitashukuru sana na nitapromise ku work hard na ku work smart, niwafanye wote mkuwe proud, sababu nataka kusoma ili hadi mimi baadaye nikuje nikasaidie watu wengine, niwasaidie watu wengine ambao labda wako kwa hali moja kama yangu, na niweze kuwa nurse ambaye atatibu watu na kusaidia watu hapo mbeleni. Asanteni sana, na naomba usaidizi wenu kwa njia yote ile ambayo Mungu atawasaidia. Asante.
Now, very fast, ladies and gentlemen, the school fees for the second semester is 39,000 Kenya shillings. We are looking for accommodation outside the precincts of school because she didn't manage to acquire a space at the hostels because obviously she has not paid anything. And we're looking at a house of about 4,000 Kenya shillings for a whole semester. That is 6 months, and that is 24,000 Kenya shillings. And of course, just some money for upkeep, for personal needs. Like right now, she's telling me that she's run out of the very basic things like toothpaste, sanitary towels, sabuni ya kuoga na hata ya kufua. The situation is very dire, and that is why she's asking for your support. We started a 50 bob challenge, and I'm glad, as at the time I was doing this video, we are at 10,150 Kenya shillings. We have a budget of about 100,000 Kenya shillings, and we only need 2,000 people to give 50 shillings, and we are home and dry. Now, there are two ways of paying, ladies and gentlemen. The first one is paying directly to the bank, and they're using an app called Jiunge app. That's what all the medical training colleges in Kenya use. If you log into the Jiunge app, it will require your email address and a password. Once you've logged in, it will prompt you. You will search for KMTC, you'll find Thika MTC, and then it will require you to give the name. I have given you the name there, Hope Rofika, and of course the admission number. That is what you will require. So if you can do it through the Jiunge app, well and good. I would only request that after paying through the app, please copy me so that we reconcile, because we want, by the time, I want us to do this by Monday, if we can. The other option, someone was telling me that they are unable to download the app. So if you are unable to download the app, you can use my number there, the name that will come, the M-Pesa number is there, the name is Frederick Owoko. So whichever way you choose to do, we want to come in a very big way to help our young girl. These are the future leaders. Siku moja utaenda hospitali na upate Hope ndio nurse anakuhudumia. So we are really requesting, ladies and gentlemen, if you can, that app is free. You just wire the amount, then it will reflect directly into her account. She has not paid even a single cent, and time is running out. So kindly, Hope is beseeching you, please come in a very big way. And I want to thank those who have sacrificed their little coins. May God continue to replenish your account and be blessed. Ladies and gentlemen, Moses Wetangula and Mudavadi were conspicuously missing from KICC, and Kenyans have started speculations as to why exactly were they missing, because Musalia Mudavadi is a very integral part in this government. Musalia Mudavadi is the Prime Cabinet Secretary, one of the most prestigious dockets that one can hold apart from the President and the Deputy. In fact, we are in a mad rush now to even amend our constitution so that we can have that post of a Prime Minister. It started with the BBI, it was thwarted by William Ruto. William Ruto is now yearning for it. Moses Wetangula is the third in command, because in the absence of William Ruto and Kithure Kindiki, Moses Wetangula is the one who will be in charge. So this occasion was very important to William Ruto, but these two leaders missed out. And I want us to look at that, because already it is being said that they were locked out by William Ruto's personal aide, Farouk Kibet. What could be the reasons why Musalia Mudavadi and Wetangula was locked out? Remember, Moses Wetangula is the owner of the Ford Kenya party. They have been at loggerheads with William Ruto. William Ruto wants him to fold that party and join the UDA, something that Musalia Mudavadi has done. Now, my number one reason is this was an agreement between two parties, UDA plus Amani National Congress. I don't know how it is called now. I don't know whether it is the mongrel that William Ruto talks about, but Musalia Mudavadi amemezwa. So ako ndani ya chama cha UDA. So William Ruto went there as the UDA party leader, and he was meeting Raila Odinga as the ODM party leader. So Musalia Mudavadi maybe was unwanted because he's not an official there. But I thought that even if he's not an official, he's a very big man. He should have been there to witness this occasion. So because it was an arrangement between two leaders, maybe they opted to lock him out. Number two is because of this statement that Cleopas Malala once cautioned Musalia Mudavadi about, and he warned William Ruto directly. There is this fear that Raila Amolo Odinga is coming to take the position of the prime minister after amending the constitution, and of course it is also being rumored that they are about to kick Moses Wetangula and take that position.
Mimi ningependa kuomba jamii ya Mulembe tushikane, na ningependa kuomba rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya ambaye ni rafiki yangu. Unajua wewe unaimba hapo ukidhania si rafiki, ni rafiki yangu. Ningependa kumuomba kwamba kesho akija hapa ni vizuri ajue kwamba wakati wa kufanya maendeleo na siasa atafautishe kati ya Western Region na Nyanza Region. Kwa sababu sisi wakati ya kupiga kura, sisi ndio tunapiga kura. Wale jamaa wapige kura. Wakati ya maendeleo inaenda kule, sisi tunanyimwa maendeleo hapa. Ningependa rais akija hapa kesho aambiwe kwamba wakati wale watu wa Azimio walikuwa na campaign hapa Kakamega, walituambia kwamba watapatia mtoto wetu Oparanya awe Minister of Finance. Wakati wamepata uongozi wa kuingia kwa serikali ya Ruto, wamechukua kiti ya finance, wamepeleka kwao, wamepatia Oparanya hii ingine ya Hustler Fund. Na unajua Hustler Fund unabonyeza *254# unapata pesa. Hata Oparanya yuko katikati hapo. Mimi ningependa kuomba tafadhali rais ukija, angalia watu wa mkoa wa Magharibi tofauti na watu wa Nyanza. Mumeona juzi wametoa mkoa Nangwe kutoka kwa chairperson wa University of Nairobi. Umeona hata huyu speaker Wetangula amekaa hapa na yuko sure kama yeye ni speaker, wanamtishatisha kila wakati. Niseme nisiseme, nitoboe nisitoboe. Hata next week mimi nasikia Raila Odinga anakuja kujiunga na serikali, na nasikia anataka kiti ya prime minister ambaye ni huyu Musalia Mudavadi. Hii maneno mpaka tukwambia rais, tafadhali usiguse hawa watu. Kiti ya hawa watu ni viti zetu. We must protect our community and respect the Luhya nation. Asanteni Mwenyezi Mungu awabariki.
In light of those statements, it could be true that William Ruto locked Musalia Mudavadi and Moses Wetangula deliberately because they were not going to feel good when they are witnessing this kind of arrangement. Because what is now happening is that Raila comes in, I understand, as a co-principal. For Raila to feel good and support William Ruto, I understand that he's been made to be like a co-partner in this government. They are consulting. William Ruto, for example, I'm told, will not do anything without consulting Raila Amolo Odinga. And you know that Raila has cornered William Ruto. William Ruto has got no choice but to worship Raila Amolo Odinga. And I believe wherever he is regretting impeaching Wamunyoro, because that has made him to become a slave to Raila Amolo Odinga. So because of the fear of being removed as a prime minister or kicking out Moses Wetangula, maybe they were locked out because William Ruto knew very well they were not going to be happy in an occasion where those who are there seem to be very happy, or they boycotted to show their displeasure or to caution. That was just like a body language or a coded message that even if Raila is coming, we are not part of it, or don't try to interfere with our positions, because already there are fears. Whenever there is a new arrangement, you know what happens. Take, for example, those who joined William Ruto earlier, Jalango, Ochanda of Gideon, Ochanda of Alego Songa, Elisha of Game, you know, those members of parliament who were poached by William Ruto, where are they? Because now Raila has gone into government, they have been rendered somehow inert. William Ruto cannot listen to them. If William Ruto wants to go to Nyanza, he will contact Raila. He might contact the cabinet secretaries. They have been rendered almost useless politically. So Raila coming into the government is also going to render certain leaders almost inept. And that could be the reason why they boycotted. I'm also thinking that the meeting was coming on the eve of another occasion of another event that was to take place. Wafula Chebukati was to be buried today, Saturday, and William Ruto was to attend that funeral. And I have a feeling that maybe Musalia Mudavadi and Moses Wetangula were there to ensure that everything was in place. This was their matanga. Wafula Chebukati is a lawyer and they are lawyers. So in terms of pecking order, they are the most senior political leaders from Western, and I have a feeling that maybe they were requested remain behind, ensure that everything is in place so that by the time the president is coming, everything will be smooth. Maybe they were working closely with the arrangement from State House. There were a lot of tension, if you remember, between Moses Wetangula and Mudavadi on the other side and the Trans Nzoia governor on this side. Already, I understand even yesterday, Natembeya was attacked by goons. And so because of that tension, I think it was only proper for Musalia Mudavadi and Moses Wetangula to remain behind to ensure that things were going to run smooth, because it will be very shameful when leaders carry goons and they start, shouting at each other and fighting. I think that could have been the reason. So as to whether they were not invited or they boycotted, we don't know, but we feel this was an occasion that they should have been part and parcel of. Remember, Raila coming into government is something that is going to ruffle feathers. And you are going to see, as people move, Musalia Mudavadi and Moses Wetangula will send, sometimes they can go and hide under their tribal cocoons and send people like Malala. Kuna watu ambao wanatumwa, wao wataongea, hawajali. They can send Malala, enda useme bana, hapa tunaogopa, huyu jamaa anaweza tung'oa. And it can happen because William Ruto has been cornered. If Raila tells William Ruto, toa huyu Wetangula, he will. And of course, as they amend the constitution, because one of the agenda is to implement the NADCO report, and NADCO report, I'm sure, is going to look into the creation or ratifying the office of a prime minister. You know that William Ruto has worked with Raila Odinga, and if there is one thing that you and I know, don't ever let Raila to run loose. Don't let him to be idle. The first thing that can happen if Raila is let loose, he can be posted by Uhuru Kenyatta. And Uhuru can tell him, wewe simama. Siti ataenda kwa Gachagua, wewe simama. Then Gachagua will come na mwambie, kwa sababu unasimama kivyako, mimi nataka watu wangu wa kusupport tutoe Ruto. So William Ruto cannot let Raila to be idle. That's why if in the event that they create that position, it will be given to Raila and Musalia Mudavadi. That is what many people think. If Raila is let loose, the next thing you will hear Raila somewhere in Kibera saying, tukutane kwa maandamano. Something that many handlers of Raila Odinga do not even want. Niliangalia mzee, the guy should rest now. That is my considered opinion. We must not subject Raila to any street fights, kukimbizana na polisi. I think whether Mzee has made a mistake, like he betrayed the Gen Zs and he has joined Kasongo, when Kasongo is abducting people, the SHA is not working. I know many people would have wanted Raila to confront Kasongo. But Raila, I think, is saying, anime choka. For the years I've contested, mngekuwa mnataka niongoza mngenipigia. But I feel the people who have stood with Raila for years. I feel you. There are people who have stood with Raila. They have voted for him every election here. I feel them and I understand their pain. In fact, some of them tell me in the channel, huyu jamaa ametusaliti. I agree. There are people who have got the right to criticize Raila. But I have a problem with the Kenyans who only feel that Raila's responsibility ni kukaa kwa barabara wao wakikula nyama. That I must say. Wacheni mzee apumzika. Let us chart our own path. Sisi ndio tuko na kura, sio Raila. Raila hana kura yetu. In 2027, you will be given ballot papers as an individual. Raila will not call you to ask you pigia fulani. So let us stop. Let us agree it has happened, because I think we need to have a conversation that will help us move forward. I'm one person who believes that when something has happened, we can condemn it. But we cannot continue there, condemning it from morning to evening. After condemning something, after mourning, after crying, then you ask yourself, how do we move forward? That is the conversation that we need to have. And if you have listened to my analysis, I've said tuchukue kura. Nimesema tuachane na mambo ya ukabila. Nimesema tuache kuchukua hongo wakati hao viongozi wanatukujia. Tusipojipanga, by the way, if we are not going to be organized, to know who is our flag bearer, that will tackle William Ruto, to ensure that I'm not going to vote for my tribe, or I'm not going to allow someone to dictate how I vote. I can assure you, if we are not careful, William Ruto will still win. So, ladies and gentlemen, why do you think Moses Wetangula and Mudavadi were left out? Please share with me in the comment section. I still want to remind you, kindly help Hope. Tuma pesa kwa bank, tumia hiyo jiunge app. It will reflect immediately, because time is running out for her. She's not going to take her exams, by the way. Kindly help.